Moy Yat Ving Tsun Kung Fu in the Catskills, New York. And Tommy's going to be assisting me, and instead of a whole spiel, what we're going to do right now is just play a little bit of Chi Sao. We're going to do long range Chi Sao, so we might be coming out and in a little bit to the camera. But the idea here is that I will have my eyes closed during the playing of the Chi Sao, and that he's not going to take advantage of the fact that I have my eyes closed. Rather than me to have them open and then contact with him from long range, when we get here, then to close my eyes. Instead, I'm just going to hold my hands out, and he'll touch my hands enough now he can do what he wants to do, and that gives me an opportunity, even though my eyes are closed. Once I feel where he is, I'm ready to go. So let's try that again. And one of the things that I hope comes out of this is that it's not about force. I can use force under certain circumstances. Like, in the mere fact that I am out here, I understand Tommy has very good Kung Fu, but nonetheless I'm able to trick him up pretty easy. So here I'm just kind of chilling, and his arm has gone essentially to sleep because he's way the hell off the center line, allowed me to take him there, and just like hung out there like he was in Bermuda. And this arm here is actually a semi-collapsed bomb. It would need to be out on that 45 degrees, and it's really a little closer in. So now when I test it, now he gives me too much of a bomb. So what he did was he tightened it up like it was made out of steel. I just pulled it out of the way, and then boom, right into his throat like it's nothing. So I'm gonna play like an old man, which I would say I am, but you know, 50's the new 26 and a half. Okay. See, if I want to use a little force, his left hand was free, he could have crushed me. This is one opportunity in all these years, and he wasted it. What's happening, you're wondering, why am I stopping right here? Because I'm letting him be the aggressor, and he's tightening up and stuck and doesn't know where to go from there. So nothing else happens. Go ahead. See, to stop here, please don't. This is a moving Kung Fu, he should be continuing. There should never be any stopping. We're just not doing that. So here's what I'm looking for from him. I'm going to come in. Let's make contact, please. I'm looking for him to do this. I'm looking for him to do this. See, even though this is an awkward position, you think it's not so great and everything, I do have one foot on his foot, so I don't have to worry about being kicked, and he's dead right there. So it doesn't matter that we're over here like doing some bizarre thing. See, as soon as he allowed this to open and for me to go horizontal, I was in. If I had still been on a 45-degree angle, or I don't want to be vertical was the other way I got in. Here I'm horizontal. He can jump me like a son of a bitch, or whatever. And if I'm here, he can still do it. But as soon as he allowed me to come up like this, yeah, he could try to use his elbow, but it's not going to help him a lot because I'll still ultimately use my forearm. And this is kind of an advanced application of the Chi Sao sticking contact, is that I was here and I want to control his arm so that he doesn't push me in with his elbow and then I have to do something else. So I simply used my forearm to control him as I struck, and I was close enough to do it before. Now I would have to maybe jump back and then come in again, or simply change hands. No strength needed for the second type of technique. Hands-on touching. We come again, you see, he's got his bomb here, but he's way across the center line to the point of that I can just grab his arm and do that. So that's why center line is so important, because when you have your wrist to wrist under center line, this is where I can protect from. And I don't really need to see him. It's just not necessary for me to use my eyes, because the touch tells everything. So here again, he's got nothing. would like to. He stopped. We could stay here all day. Whoops, something changed. And now he's crossed his arms. This is a great opportunity to break his wrists and ride him like a pony. So, but we won't do that right now because I don't have a saddle. Here we go. See how simple that was? Why is that? Because his wrist is here, mine was here, and I was able to control it, and then he was collapsed. I guess we'll have to let Tom make a video where he's like a shining example of deadly kung fu. But for today, he's just doing a great job of helping me to illustrate how Chi Sao can be played, blind Chi Sao. I'm not wrestling with him. I'm actually pretty relaxed and having a good time here. And if I want to, I mean, you can use force. It's just that most people are stuck in relying on it. I can rip them apart, turn them off, bring them back, pull them in, shove them out. Each time, slip a little further and get where I want to go, like I'm climbing, rock climbing, and it's not easy, But the thing is, Chi Sao played by an old man is the sweetest thing going because it's not about strength. Yeah, we're wrestling here, but remember, if he had the opportunity, and certainly if I have the opportunity to, for instance, kind of come here and then boom, you take that tiniest window and you just shoot through it and use deadly force. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do it in practice, and we're not going to do it in application. So when you look and you see this so-called sparring, Wing Chun is deadly. Why is Wing Chun more deadly, perhaps, than the others? Because it happens from right here. This is where I throw my technique. I didn't throw it from way back here and turn my body and yell and strike him. I'm here. Boom, 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 boom. Right inside. So in a tournament, it looks like nothing. Because you're so close you can't even see it. Second of all, I put my hand in his chest and stop. Because I don't need to harm him to prove that I've penetrated his techniques. And I stop. And what do most people do? He hits me, touches me, and shows he's got it. And then I'm like, because I want to win. So that's why it's not really good for tournaments. It doesn't look like anything. And it leads you to want to struggle. Now that was a little bit overextended for me, but I'm more kind of going for the principle of it, the ideas of it, and maybe being a little bit lazy, because otherwise I would have moved in and done that last strike before his arm came back. But even now, it doesn't matter. I can still do it. I just come here and he blocks it, and I just make a circle and follow it in. So it's not a big deal. Let's do a little more Chi Sao closer range. A lot of us are used to seeing the closer range Chi Sao, which Tommy's going to go ahead and use now to get me. And again, when you're feeling what the Chi Sao is, it's not something that is a mystery. It's like, gee, I wonder what he's going to do or where he is. Well, he's only going to do what he can, See, that doesn't mean anything. Because it's block and it's touch, and he's got 2 down, which means he's too dead to talk right now. So, trying to run on that free. So my eyes are closed. Remember that if I take my arms off, he's going to do the same thing right. And if he takes his arm off to run, I'm also going to strike him. If I'm blindfolded, the theory is that if he takes his hand off, I'm going to strike him without discrimination. See all this? That's a struggle. Anytime somebody creates a struggle, all they're doing is like saying, would you like me to sign that picture? And the picture is I'm over here. So he has to stop and sign it. He's signing it right now. See how long that was? And thank you, that was my nipple. Anyway, so you create special, like if you do rock wall climbing and you get the little things to hold on to climb the wall, that's what happens when the practitioner on the other side here becomes hard and tight, is it just makes it easy to rip them into little pieces and to just take those footholds that they create in the air where there was nothing. Now they're fiercely tight arm is, and then you just jut that and then in and then jut again and go a little closer until you tear them apart. What I like to call hydraulically, you got 2 down, right? There you go. Hydraulically ripping the person apart. Remember, all of this is done from a guy who can actually play pretty good Chi Sao when he's not being harassed by me. And yet, because I'm pretty good at turning on and off my energy and I can feel wherever you are, and I can take you wherever I want you to be, then it's really pretty much effortless, and I can sit here and tell, jokes or explain about the chi cell. So that's the idea here. Now, as far as principles of how to learn to turn on and off, and how to run and when to run, and all those kinds of things, that's for another video. This one's just a little bit more kind of raw footage. I will look forward to your meaningful and constructive, insightful comments. Thank you.